If you want to be cool and smooth like butter, then you need a car that's cool and smooth like butter. And that's why I got this 22-year-old Lexus. This thing's got a V8 engine, cooled seats, and a touchscreen radio. And that's just the beginning. Today I'm going to show you everything that's right, wrong, and good with this car. And we're going to be pitting it to the true test to find out what it can truly do and what it can't do. Buckle up, folks. It's time to have some fun. So the number one reason why this car is so great is probably the V8 engine. Nothing like some cold rev starts on an old Toyota, right? So this is a 4.3 liter 3UZ engine made by Toyota. It's the older brother of the 2UZ and the 1UZ. Now this engine has variable valve timing, which the 1UZ doesn't, and also has drive-by-wire, which the 2UZ doesn't. Now while these engines are one of the most reliable V8s you can buy, they also got plenty of power. Let's take it down the road, see how fast it is. But the reason I say these cars are smooth like butter is because they drive smooth like butter. Yes, sir. Now this particular car here doesn't always have the best power, and it's not because of anything wrong with the engine. I think we may have something wrong with the car. Now every time I floor this thing, it smells like rotten eggs, and it doesn't always give us the most amount of power that we would like. It almost feels like when the throttle body opens, the engine's not responding. And usually what that is restricted exhaust, aka clogged catalytic converters. But even with clogged cats, it still gets on down the road pretty well. Gosh, it just smells awful in here every time I floor it. But I could be cleaning those cats out. All that V8 power is just pushing all that clogged cat right out of the exhaust. And that's what we're smelling. So we're gonna get back to the shop and I'm gonna show you how we diagnose bad cats to see if it's truly what it is. And basically we're just gonna open up the exhaust. It may get a little loud, but we'll just see if the engine runs better after that. Now before we lift it up, let me show you another reason why this is one of the best luxury cars ever made. It had a touchscreen radio in 2002 and touchscreen climate as well. Now this thing is really old, so it doesn't work the best anymore. As you see, some of the buttons just don't even work anymore. But sometimes, randomly, the map will pop up. And it actually had a GPS system in this thing in 2002. Pretty cool feature for 2002. As you see, we still got the tape player here, and we also got the disc changer. Oh my gosh, that's loud. Good old 2002 music. It's not bad, you know? I'm sure rap music has been played in this thing a whole lot. Either that or oldies, because that's the only two types of people that really own these things. I wish I could get the map to come up to show you that, but it may pop up later. Now another reason this thing was so awesome back in the day is it had heated and cooled seats. These seats right here got fans that blow out of these little bitty holes in them, and it'll keep you cool as you drive on a hot day. Then when it gets cold in the winter time, it's got heaters in the seats to keep you warm down the road. I drove this thing all winter, even with the clogged cats, just because it was so warm and toasty in here. Now, I know this is a luxury piece and Mercedes has been doing that for years, but it's still a really cool feature to have paired up with this 3UZ engine and all the other bells and whistles this thing has, especially for 2002 and how cheap you can buy these vehicles today. So underneath this thing, we got a 5-speed automatic transmission. It's kind of one of a kind. These transmissions are only found in this car and the GS300s paired up behind the 2JZ. Now this one has the bell housing for the 1UZ or a 3UZ application, but these transmissions are extremely durable and pretty reliable, even though I had to rebuild this one because it was abused in the past. Somebody had burnt up the forward clutch, and we did an update in the valve body to prevent it from leaking out of the front once again. Video all about that if you want to check it out. Now we also got premium suspension on the front and the rear, as well as a nice dual exhaust setup that comes out of the back here with 2 different mufflers. Now you could make this thing nice and loud with 2 different Flowmasters, and that'd be pretty cool to do. We also got this huge differential in the rear with independent rear suspension that has airbags on it that go up and down to lower the suspension with the touch of a button from the inside. Pretty cool stuff, especially for 2002. This vehicle was truly top of the line for back then. But what we're concerned about right now underneath this car is getting these catalytic converters to breathe and getting the engine to breathe. Now the easiest way to probably do that is to take those O2 sensors loose and let some air out of that hole before it reaches the clogged cat, which one of these has got to be clogged, causing all that smell. Now we could also take the flange loose, but it may be a little easier just to get the O2 sensors. Plus, that flange won't seal back right again. All right, here is one O2 sensor out, so now we got a nice hole in the exhaust for that air to escape before the cat. Let's get the other one out and we'll see how this thing sounds now. It's probably gonna sound really cool. All right, we got the other O2 loose. We're gonna get it out and then it's time to have some fun. All right, 2 holes in the exhaust. Who needs cats, right? Now we're just testing them out to see if they're bad, and I believe they are. And I believe the engine is about to have a whole lot more power. So we can have a little bit of fun now. Let's go find an empty parking lot. Now this right here is about to be another reason that this car is so awesome. Listen to this. Oh yeah. Here we go, baby, ready? Yeah, who needs an LS when you got an LS 430 3UZ? Yes, sir. All right, now let's take this thing up the road and see how fast it is. I bet it's gonna be faster now. Listen to her purr. Oh yeah, that's pure Japanese power. All right, I stole my dad's cameraman for the rest of this video. So now we're gonna take it up the street, see if it has more power, and if it does, we're gonna put this thing to the limit. We're gonna test it out, see how it does. We're gonna find an open parking lot. Yes, sir! This is why you buy this car. Imagine what it sounds like with some actual Flowmasters. I think it's already got more power. Woo, buddy! That's how you turn a Lexus to a Camaro like that, just by removing O2 sensors. Now, in all seriousness, it does have more power now. So I think we got clogged cats. So we'll have to replace the cats to get this thing to perform like it is right now. But this is another reason why this car is just so awesome. It's because it's got all this power, and if you didn't restrict the exhaust, listen how good it sounds. It just sounds amazing. I can't even talk over it. I'm barely pressing the gas there. So another reason these cars are so awesome is because apparently they can drift pretty well. What do you think of that? Oh yeah, see? I told you this thing would rock, baby. All right, now let's see if it'll do a burnout. There we go. That was decent. That was decent for a 2002. I mean, come on now. That's why this car is so awesome. This is what I'm supposed to be wearing when I drift it, like I'm Kyle Loftus or something, right? It's kind of hard to hide what we were doing when you got smoke rolling out of the trunk. Look behind us. Whoopsies. This ain't, that Bentley ain't got nothing on this car right here. I tell you that right now. Let me show you the rest of why this car is cool. And it has to do with the back seat, if you know what I mean, all right? This car is so ridiculous with no exhaust, but it does drive a whole lot better. So yeah, we'll get some Amazon cats, throw it on this thing. Got the check engine light on anyway. The VSC's off, and that's why we were able to do burnouts and drifts. Fun stuff. So now that we tested the performance on this thing in the front seat, you got to get in the back seat, and you kind of got to change your shades from the fun ones to the celebrity ones, right? Because this is how you ride when you're a celebrity. I mean, the back seat of this thing comes up in case you got crowds looking at you and stuff, you know, they don't want to see who's in the back seat. You know, you got this little thing that folds down. It's got heated seats in the rear, massaging seats back here. You can adjust the seats. You can change the radio from back here. So you don't even got to talk to the driver. You can be like, you know what? I don't like the radio. Let's change it up. This is before the days of Uber. Can you imagine this? The coolest part about this entire car is not just these features, the cup holders and everything. Look how nice it sits. You know, they got ashtrays back here because there were still smokers in 2002. You know, Wiz Khalifa would probably love this car. But the coolest feature, and this would make Stone Cold Steve Austin love this car, because if you need a cold one, you're just thirsty in the back seat, you're riding around, the driver's not paying attention to you. Look at this. Bam. You know what that is? That's a cooler. That is a cooler. You can put ice in there and put your drinks in there, and you're riding around or you're chauffeuring people around. You're like, hey, you want some cold water or a cold one or a Sprite or something back there? Yeah, just pop the cooler open, man. There's drinks all in there. I love that feature. I mean, that is something that truly blew me away when I saw this car for the first time. Just the back seat in this thing is another reason these things are just so awesome. They don't make cars like this even more, and if they do, they cost like over $100,000, and they probably make them an EV or something. They don't have a reliable V8 that can do burnouts. They don't have coolers in the back seats. Heck, they don't even have massaging seats in the back seats. Like the vibrating, the seats go up and down and back. I mean, there's so many features. Oh, look, there's a shade that comes up in the back in case you're sitting in the back and you're like, oh man, my neck's getting hot. The sun's coming in. You just press this little button and a little shade will jump up from the back and cover your neck from getting sunburnt. I mean, and that's not it, guys. That is not, they even got memory seats in the back. So if you just had a chauffeur, you didn't even have a car, like if you're Cardi B and you never owned a car, you could just press your seat memory here and put it in and have your driver not even mess with the seat. You get all comfortable back here, just ride to your destination. That's how you truly ride like a celebrity. Now let's check out another cool feature of this car. So one thing hidden in this car is the stuff in the trunk, like the engine cover and water box. We're not worried about that and disregard all that smoke. I don't know where that came from. But the cool thing about this trunk is this thing right here. Look at this. Nice hidden feature here. People don't even know about this, I bet. Look at that toolkit. That is awesome. Look, it even has the batteries still in the plastic from 2002. But that is like something you would never get in a car nowadays, is a toolkit in case you're on the side of the road and something happens. You got it right here in the car. It comes with it. This is from Lexus, and it just slides right back into here. I don't even know what's under here. Oh look, there's a whole full spare. That's a full spare, even though that one's been destroyed. Not many cars anymore at all come with full spares. I can tell you that right now. Oh, there's an air purifier. That's what it was. Yeah, there's an air purifier in this car. It purifies the air as it's blowing it into your face. Pretty cool stuff, you know? Not as cool as what, you know, the performance stuff about it, but I mean, like, this stuff, you know, a lot of collectors like this kind of stuff. I mean, these cars are truly one of a kind. LS 430, and, you know, I'm a Lexus guy, but, you know, I can't really afford the new ones. So this, I got to settle for an 02. But it still does everything you need it to do, everything the cars do nowadays, and it probably does it just as good, if not better. Besides the fact the touchscreen radio don't work, which we can fix. So I've showed you the bells and whistles, I've showed you the performance. Now let's talk about specifically the mods we can do to this engine. Now this 3UZ 4.3 liter It's a pretty durable engine. Not as durable as the 1UZ, but still really durable, and it can handle some boost. And a lot of people like to put a Ford STV supercharger on this thing. There's 2 different versions, and there's a manifold that a company makes that'll make it mate right onto the lower intake. So you don't really have to do too much to the engine, except maybe rewire the throttle body and some other stuff. And some of them don't even require an intercooler, so you can just plug and play and add like 100 horsepower. Now this engine has about 290 stock, but it could probably handle well over 5 to 6, especially with about 8 to 12 pounds of boost. Without an intercooler, you could probably get about, I don't know, 6 or 7 pounds of boost. Haven't done too much performance work, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But this is my Lexus LS 430, and I kind of love this car. And I'm supposed to sell this car, but I don't really think I'm going to. So let me know what you think I should do with it. Should I sell it? Should I mod it? Should I throw a supercharger on it? Should I clean it up? Should I fix these old HID headlights? That's another thing that people really sought after in the early 2000s. HID headlights. Those things are like $1,200 a piece. That's the reason why they're still pretty faded. But this thing's got a lot of potential, and it's already a lot of fun. Plus, if I take care of it, it'll pretty much last forever. I don't know how many more burnouts it's got left in it, but we can put that to the test in a later video. But for now, just comment below what you think I should do. Sell it, mod it, performance it, restore it, whatever, or replace it with something even cooler. Other than that, you know what to do. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, subscribe to this channel here, hit me up on Patreon, and go to stay-dirty.com to get a hat like this, a shirt like this, and much more stuff that I'm not even wearing yet. Thanks for watching, and whatever you do, however you do it, make sure you work hard, make sure you play hard, and most importantly, make sure you stay dirty and subscribe. You can just call me Eddie.